Who's the most dangerous sexual predator on the cell block?
Oh, did you just call me bitch?
Yeah, I said it.
It does.
Make a statement, Stan confronts Big Raymond in front of the entire prison and defeats him using the self-defense techniques he's learned. This victory catches the attention of Patterson, the Nazi leader, who invites Stan to join their group. Instead, Stan beats Patterson up, angering the Black Gang when he jokingly claims to be black. The joke backfires, sparking another fight, but Stan defeats the gang members as well, earning the nickname Big Stan. The guards watch without intervening, and soon, other inmates begin to avoid Stan. One inmate, Robbie, thanks Stan for saving him, but Stan brushes it off. Warden Gask calls Stan into his office and reveals that Stan's placement in the prison was no accident. Gask plans to acquire the prison property to construct a luxury estate and needs Stan's real estate expertise to examine legal documents for any flaws. In return, Gask promises to release Stan after just 1 year. Tempted by the offer, Stan agrees to assist, though Gask refuses to explain how he intends to clear the prison of its inmates. Meanwhile, tensions rise among the prisoners, who decide to unite against Stan and teach him a lesson. One day, while Stan is showering, Patterson ambushes him with a makeshift knife fashioned from a melted toothbrush and a razor blade. However, Stan, always prepared, fights back using nunchaku he crafted from soap bars and a shoelace. With his martial arts skills, he quickly defeats Patterson, leaving him injured and sent to the hospital. Missing his wife, Stan contacts his lawyer to find out whether she has sent him divorce papers. To his relief, she has not, which gives him a renewed sense of hope. Motivated, Stan throws himself into helping the warden with his plans. During this time, he meets Dang, a former Vietnamese mafia member who has become a politician and is now Gask's partner in a scheme to sabotage the prison. While working, Stan overhears Gask and Dang discussing their plan to provoke violence among inmates, forcing the guards to open fire on prisoners. The chaos would give the prison board justification to close the facility, allowing Gask to acquire the land for his project. Appalled by the brutal nature of the plan, Stan feels responsible for protecting the inmates despite their hostility toward him. Determined to prevent the warden's scheme, Stan organizes a meeting with the prisoners and lays down new rules. He bans violent video games and movies, declaring them harmful influences. He also prohibits sexual assault, warning that violators will answer directly to him. Over time, Stan's leadership begins to earn him respect. Soon after, Stan receives a letter from Mindy, responding to his earlier apology. She expresses willingness to visit him, offering Stan hope for reconciliation. As the days pass, the prison's atmosphere shifts dramatically. Conflicts are resolved peacefully, and inmates regularly seek Stan's advice. Slowly, the facility transforms into an environment of unexpected harmony. During Mindy's visit, she and Stan share a heartfelt moment. However, their time together is interrupted when Warden Gask storms into Stan's cell, furious about Stan's growing influence over the prisoners. Gask accuses Stan of sabotaging his plans to destabilize the prison and issues a chilling threat, warning that Dang will kill Stan if he refuses to comply with their orders. Feeling trapped, Stan consults his lawyer, who advises him to cooperate, explaining that Gask holds significant power. Defeated, Stan announces to the inmates that their problems are no longer his concern and urges them to return to their old ways. The peace Stan worked hard to establish unravels as fights break out, undoing all his progress. Robbie tries to reason with Stan in the cafeteria, but Stan rudely throws his plate and dismisses him. Even Larry, Stan's cellmate, is disappointed by his behavior. When Larry tries to distance himself, Stan stops him and secretly warns him to avoid the metal fence at noon. Sensing Stan is under duress, Larry alerts the other inmates, and they begin to organize a response. Warden Gask arranges a meeting between Stan and the parole board to discuss his potential early release. While Stan is occupied, Gask leads the prison's board of governors on a tour, planning to execute his violent scheme at noon. During the parole board meeting, Stan intentionally behaves poorly to get dismissed quickly, allowing him to rush out and warn the inmates. However, he is intercepted by Dang, who reveals that he, too, has trained under the same martial arts master as Stan. Stan and Dang engage in a fierce battle. Dang initially gains the upper hand with his superior fighting skills, but Stan draws on his training and determination to turn the tide. He ultimately defeats Dang and continues toward the yard. By the time Stan arrives, the inmates have already gathered near the fence, appearing ready for a confrontation. The guards prepare to open fire, but just as tensions reach a breaking point, the inmates surprise everyone by breaking into a choreographed dance routine set to a lively Mexican song. The unexpected performance stuns the guards and board members, leaving Gask fuming with rage. Frustrated and unable to control the situation, Gask grabs a gun and fires wildly into the air, further alarming the board members. Witnessing Gask's unhinged behavior, the board takes immediate action against him. Before Gask can retaliate against Stan, Mindy arrives and intervenes. She reveals that she has been training with the martial arts master for the past 6 months. The story then jumps forward 3 years. Stan has completed his prison sentence and prepares to return home. As he leaves, the inmates gather to bid him farewell.